Like, this is leaking pretty bad. This is gonna run out of oil.
It's a long way back to Cairns as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. So I don't know.
We begin this Cape York adventure near the top of Australia on the Jardine River. The plan from here is to complete the Old Telegraph Track in reverse, but like a lot of our adventures, not everything always goes to plan. As the trip is beginning to take its toll on our vehicles, Dad's patrol is having some serious mechanical issues. We continue to limp south towards Cairns, enjoying what we can, but things take a turn for the worse. Proudly supported by Opus Campers, Ultimate 9, Tread, Superior Engineering, GME, and in part by...
I'm straight back into filming where we finished off the last episode. In this one, we're starting at the very northern point of the Telly track, the old Jardine River crossing. We'll start making our way out of here over towards Nolan's Brook. It's about 8-9 k's from here, and that's going to be the first crossing. We've got the 3 patrols here. They're all still going pretty well. No major dramas on them so far. We've been on the road about a week and a half now.
Couple of minutes into the track and we had the first victim to the swamplands. Quick winch and Dad was out.
This first section out from the Jardine up towards Nolan's is very swampy. There's a lot of like dark, murky water crossings, so just sort of heading in and hoping for the best. I'm in front, test vehicle, test dump.
We were clear of most of the water drama free, but there was one more very muddy section to go before we hit firmer ground. We'd been bogged in it the previous day. Let's see if we can do any better this time. I was through, let's see how Birdo goes.
Tyler just went through, barely made it. I went to go through it after him. Went forward, stopped, came back, stopped, just dug down. So they're just getting me strapped up. We got the kinetic rope out, so Tyler's going to give me a little bit of a pull.
It's all going on. Bit of action on out of camp this morning. Got him out.
See that? The connect rope literally just did its thing. You thought you were stopped for a second, it stretched, yanked me just far enough forward and we're good to go.
Yeah, mate, we're putting that tread rope through its paces.
Yeah, they're a bit better than the normal snatch strap, these kinetic ones, they're good.
So you've seen Birdo go down. What's your plan?
Picked on a new line. I'm going to give it my best shot.
So we might bump this Ultimate 9 throttle controller up to...
Yeah, that'll liven her up a bit.
Year 9. So there you go, you're on Ultimate 9. Ultimate power, so you put that front locker in, Ultimate 9.
And we'll be sports car.
4 bickies, and you'll be straight through.
What happened there, mate? Ultimate 9 got you through.
Yeah, Ultimate 9,
They
mate.
certainly put some new life in her.
Turned into a rally car. Haven't even hit the first obstacle on the Telly track yet. We've already spent an hour in a swamp, a couple of boggings, but we're through it now, up towards Nolan's. We'll get across there and probably have a bit of a swim and stuff.
You are the sun, you are the only one. My heart is blue, my heart is blue for you.
We're here at Nolan's. Everyone's run down to watch us go across. Perfect. We'll go both loggers in, second gear low, windows up, and we'll head across here and hope we make it.
It's coming.
It's coming in. We're out.
First vehicle successfully through Nolan's, 2 more to go. All 3 vehicles made it through drama-free. Low tyre pressures, nice and slow, so you don't dig into the soft sand.
So Tyler had a great idea. He said, let's do the telly track backwards. I said, yeah, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. So we've done Nolan's.
Next major crossing after Nolan's, Logan's, I think this one's called. Pretty much going to go second gear low, both lockers in. You want to give yourself as much chance as possible. There's no point like half-assing it. You want to get through, not get stuck out in the middle in water that's nearly up to your bloody window. She's deep, this one. So we have water coming in.
Yep. Now we do.
Perfect.
Tyler serves my
Worked wonderfully. All across.
Big bridge or a little man?
Big bridge, little man. Little bridge, big man. What is it? You tell us on the next episode.
On the
of
next
Tomo.
episode of Tomo's.
Tomo.
Here we go across the bridge, the log bridge. 3 tons of weight on a few logs and snatch ropes that people have tied here across the bridge. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking.
Bit nerve-wracking for people that, haven't done it before, but
We've come to the log crossing on the Telegraph. Yeah, you got to rely on steering it in the right direction to get to where you want to go.
Forget what this one's called. I forget the names of a lot of them. I really need to check the map, but yeah, we got to rut it out off camber, drop down into it, and then another beautiful Cape York Northern Telly Track section. All the big words going down just to say we're going across the creek, but it's a bloody beautiful creek. Swing left, down in the water, and around we go.
I truly got the full immersive experience.
Mate, people felt like they were really there, part of that. Once they watch this video, there's no point even coming to Cape York because they've already been by the time they've done this episode.
down to the creek I go, swing around the corner, climb out. Now just for the exit, pretty steep, loose, sandy, dirty, bit of steady momentum. These bloody good years drag me straight up there, no worries at all.
We were all through Cannibal Creek, not too much further down the track though, and Birdo was having a few issues with his rig. The water in the fuel light was on.
Follow me, mate, follow me. You zoom in on me. You see the fuel light in there? I've got my fuel light, the water in fuel light coming on the dash. It's pretty much on solid now, so I'm gonna get a clear container, empty my fuel filter into it and see if I've got actual water in there, if it's just a sensor playing up. I'm just going to put it back on, see how quick it takes for the light to come back on. I've got half a tank of fuel left in the car, but I've got 40 litres of diesel in the back. Worst case, I have to drain it, but we'll see how it goes. Just need to extend that fuel tank breather when we get home.
This northern section of the Telly track, maybe about 30 kilometres long we've got to do today to get out onto the PDR. Bear just pulled up one of these creeks, having a little bit of lunch. Birdo's fixing up his car, and then we'll keep going. The plan is to get to Fruitbat Falls this afternoon, where we're going to spend a bit of time there swimming. Sam's Creek, this one is.
Tyler's through, Gary's through, just a tiny little bit of sprinkling going on, so the temperature's down, it's beautiful. The water is bluer than ever. Lovely barrel. Straight through it, steady accelerator, good years, superior, not much this thing can't do.
I wouldn't really say the Telly track is any harder or easier in reverse, quite similar. Majority do travel it south to north, but plenty still do it north to south as well. Either way, it's such an incredible experience. Given we wanted to do it both ways, you could tell how much we loved it. The morning was getting on though, and with the hot weather, we were getting very keen for a swim at Fruitbat Falls. A couple more obstacles to go, and we'll be there for lunch and a swim.
Alright, keep going. He's on the bank.
That was a fair bang, but we're down.
Last crossing on the northern Telly, so let's give this little drop in before it a go, the one that I couldn't drive out.
So that's pretty much the last water crossing on the northern section of the Telly track. It's about 5 kilometres out to the development road from here, but we're going to stop in at Fruitbat Falls for a swim, which is an absolutely incredible Cape York, top of Australia swimming spot. We didn't do it on the way up, we did Twin Falls, so we're saving this one for the way back. We're going to go there and spend a couple of hours swimming. I'm pretty keen.
Rightio, we've just had some photos at the bloody cars, do a photo shoot with some fans. Now we're here, Fruitbat Falls. Look at the water, do I need to say anything else? Don't think I do. Let's get in there.
It is a bit windy, but the sun's out and we have the whole place to ourselves, and how's that for an absolutely incredible top-end swimming spot. Fruitbat Falls has probably got to be my favourite swimming spot up the top of Australia, and maybe anywhere in Australia. It's just amazing. Give it to him, do a pump!
What do you reckon, mate? What do you reckon?
That's pretty good.
We're going to be here for about 3 hours.
Not deep, bud.
Guns out, guns out. Give him a flex, eh? Give him a flex. Oh, shit!
I'm surprised that the teletrack isn't too busy at all this time of year. So we're late June, it's Queensland school holidays. There's a few people around, but you can still get the place to yourself. The tracks aren't too busy, the camps aren't too busy. Bloody good to be up here. The plan now is we're going to go back up to the car, maybe have a little bit of afternoon tea, and then we're going to head on to the southern section of the teletrack. After Fruitbat Falls, when we're having lunch, you know, you're always just sort of looking at the vehicles and that when you pulled up, and Dad noticed an oil leak under the front of his, and yeah, got under there and worked out his front main was leaking. So sort of brake cleaned it all up and wiped it all down. We thought, you know, we'll just drive, it's probably just a little leak, but we pulled up, you know, another 10 k's down the road, just we're coming onto the southern section of the teletrack, and it's just pissing out oil everywhere under the whole car. So not sure. What do you reckon, Berto? What's your call?
Call is the front main is like shag.
Yeah, it's not just a little leak, it's a big leak.
No, it's like you couldn't just hop in this and drive home if you wanted to. So I just sprayed it while it was running and got it dead clean. And then as soon as I stopped spraying, there's just like a
oil
straight down in like a drip. So we've just done, I fully cleaned it, we just did 7 k's, everything's just covered. I think the closest civilization is 60 k's away on the PDR.
The PDR would be longer, but like obviously quicker, but it's probably 100 k's on the PDR.
Like, this is leaking pretty bad. This is going to run out of oil. Yeah. No, we don't have any oil on top of that. You can either drive it and it might run out of oil, or flat top back or something, I suppose.
It's a long way back to Cairns as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean, so I don't know.
Where we've turned onto the southern section of teletrack here, the development road's only back up there half a k or something, so I think it's about 110 k's through to Bramwell Roadhouse, where we can get a bit of reception, hopefully to have engine oil as well, and try and figure out a plan. But yeah, we definitely can't head off down into the track with his car leaking oil the way it is. How are we going to get him back to Bramwell? Like, we just get him to drive.
We're going to drive a few k's, we're going to check his oil. If it's down, we're going to hook a strap up and we'll flat tie him.
Yeah.
If it's not, we'll keep going, we'll monitor it. We don't have any spare engine oil, so we need to get there, get reception, get some oil, see what we can figure out.
Let's do it.
Yeah. What's happened, bud? We've made it to Bramwell Station. I made it here in like half the time you've made it here, just to make sure we got here on time. I did the speed limit, it was perfect. We've paid for camping here, we're about to set up camp. We've made contact, or we haven't made contact, but we left a message with a mechanic that our good friend Todd knows in Weipa. We're waiting for him to get back to us, and we've got some engine oil, so worst case we can at least limp somewhere and figure out a plan. So.
And it doesn't seem to be pouring out as bad as we initially thought. Like, it's still showing.
It's definitely coming out a lot.
Yeah, but it's drivable.
Yeah, we just did 100 k's and it's still on a dipstick. So
if we buy, you know, 5 litres
of oil.
Yeah, we'll
buy 5 litres of oil, we'll probably make it back to Cairns.
Yeah.
Unless it gets worse.
Yeah.
Which is a possibility.
Yeah. It is pretty busy at the campsite here. There's lots of people around, but yeah, that's it for today. It's next morning. We're just had a good night here, packed up camp. We're just working out a plan for today. We can't get onto the mechanic at Weipa yet. We'll keep trying for the moment. We're going to buy some oil here and then probably just start heading south and see how it goes, monitor it over the next few hours. So I'll show on the map where we are and where we're thinking of going. So we're there, Bramwell, at the moment. Weeper, the mechanic's over here. There is a Stones Crossing track, but we're not sure whether that's passable or not. So we don't really want to drive all the way out to the river crossing and have to turn back. So we're going to Weeper to come down to Batavia Downs Road and across. Or, yeah, we just keep heading south down along here and sort of make a decision the further south we get down towards, you know, Cowan, Musgrave, Law, and monitor it and see how it's going.
And so south towards Cairns we headed with plenty of spare oil. We rang ahead to Cairns and got the appropriate parts organised, and then just monitored it as we drove, but the problem seemed to basically solve itself in the few-hour drive. A few checks as we went and it wasn't losing any oil, and the drip became less and less as the seal seemed to reseal itself, which is a very lucky scenario, but definitely can happen. By the time we got to Musgrave Roadhouse, there was no longer a leak.
We're just at Musgrave Station on the development road. We just topped up on all our fuel here.
With the problem temporarily solved, we gave it all a good brake clean to get rid of the oil at the roadhouse and figured it would be safest to still keep heading towards Cairns, but we may as well go the scenic way through Lakefield and continue our journey roughly as we had originally planned.
Until you came along. Now I can breathe, I can see, I can touch, I can feel, I can taste all the sugar sweetness in your kiss.
It's a pretty incredible drive out into this Lakefield National Park. The environment sort of keeps changing all around you. Right now we're coming through this like massive, huge open plains, and then there's just thousands and thousands of termite mounds covering the whole thing. It's pretty cool to see.
No, I done wrong, left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long.
I think our aim for tonight is Hahn River, so the Hahn's Crossing.
Now I'm rising from the crowd, rising up to you.
We made it to Hahn's Crossing. Nice little river crossing here across the causeway. Not one you want to walk, I don't think, because there's plenty of crocs in this area. But I'm thinking we might find a camp spot somewhere here and maybe throw a fishing line in.
Yeah, well look, that sounds good to me. This is pretty nice river, a little creek thing. It's a lot different to what we've been looking at. It's just out here is pretty barren, and all of a sudden there's just wildlife and crocodiles and birds, fish everywhere.
This is like driving into a whole new world of what we've been doing.
Before we got to our camp spot, the boys spotted a pretty good fishing spot over there where there's a little waterfall down into a big open pool. So they're having a little fish there now, but I figured I'd come along a bit further, a few hundred metres, and grab our spot. We seem to be the only ones in this whole Hahn's Crossing tonight. Fairly remote out here. Up nice and high here though, away from any crocs down there. This is meant to be a hot spot for them out here. There's meant to be plenty about. So even though I've never seen one, I will keep very wary of them.
Rising up to you, filled with all the strength I found. There's nothing I can't do. I need to know now, can you love me again? I need to know now, can you love me again?
I don't know what he is. Now you got 2 spikes on each of them, pretty big ones.
Camp's all set up. We're just cooking a little bit of noodles for dinner tonight, and Berto, Dad and Sean are over by the water there having a fish, and look at this for a spectacular afternoon out here in the national park. So many birds as well, you can hear them around me everywhere. Well, this is an awesome place and spot. What's for dinner tonight? Master Chef Malachi.
2-minute noodles that you don't know how to cook.
Mate, I didn't ask for a life story, I just asked what's for dinner.
2-minute noodles.
Are they good?
Thought you didn't ask for a life story.
In the
Right,
night.
you need a phone torch or not?
Yeah, I just happened to throw a lure in the night, and to my surprise, up come this little barra.
Not sure if he's big enough to keep but though, so I might chuck him
throw
back.
him back, but he hit it and then put me under a log and then thrashed and banged again and come back.
How was that one spot? We got a unreal sunset and then a even better sunrise this morning, and finally seen a crocodile on a Cape York trip. So about 9 o'clock last night we shined the light out in there, and there was actually 2 big crocs, one on the other bank and one like just here swimming around the river. It's a bit hard to get footage of them, but I got a little clip on my phone I'll overlay here. But yeah, there is definitely crocodiles in this creek here at this Hans crossing, because we just saw 2 of them floating around the river. But we're going to enjoy this spot a little bit this morning, pack up camp soon, and then we're going to hit the Wacoka track today out through Lakefield National Park. Before we head off, I'm just going to knock a bit of air out of the tyres too. I had them about 25 for like the PDR and the main dirt road in here. But then this Wacoka track is meant to be fairly rough, so I'm just going to go down to 15-ish to start with, and then we'll adapt as the day goes on if need be. So we're at the start of the Wacoka track, and this is Cow Power crossing. Huge body of water here, big long causeway, full of crocodiles, so definitely do not walk in here. We're just driving across, but seems to be all safe and good, but not saying you want to walk first to check it's all good.
You are the sun, you are the only one. My heart is blue, my heart is blue for you.
Currently got a dingo just jogging up the road in front of us. Seems to be heaps of wildlife out here. We're seeing dingoes, pigs, huge array of birds. But yeah, since that Cow Power crossing, we've been driving for probably nearly an hour now, and it's just like pretty much a main single lane dirt road, very smooth, very nice. There's another dingo. They're everywhere out here. I finally reckon we made it to the start of the actual Wacoka track, where it turns more into a low range full drive track.
Get this thing running in about 3 minutes.
Mate, she's a 2-cylinder.
Hook her up, bud, hook her up. You reckon we get this whole thing going or what? A bit of stay bastard, a bit of fresh oil? Mate, I'll let Sean drive that, I'll just be on there. Sunny's on. Face full of bugs and dirt, mate.
And so begins the Wacoka track. Or maybe it's Wacoka track. I don't actually know. Not very good at pronouncing names. But it runs from Lakefield National Park down along the edge of the coast towards Cooktown. None of us had ever done it before, so we were pretty keen to see what it was all about.
You are the sun, you are the only one. You are so cool, you are so rock and roll.
About an hour and a half, maybe into the track now. I've just been in first high the whole time. It's very slow, very bumpy, and very rough. But the bush is beautiful out here, and we're still seeing plenty of wildlife. Guy is somehow managing to read a book while we mash our way through this track. There's definitely hasn't been any challenging obstacles or anything like that at all. Like, you don't even really need four-wheel drive for it so far, but stuff may come up. We'll see how we go. Nice little creek crossing here, so I drop down a steep bank through the water and then up out the other side. May actually even pull up here and have a little freshen up or something, because this might be the only swimmable clear water we see today. I'm not sure how much is out here, but it's nice and shallow so you can see well and know there's no crocs in it.
I didn't film anything, but we did pull up and have a freshen up in the water and some lunch. Couldn't hang around for too long though, as we wanted to get cracking onto the track. We'd been driving for a few hours now, and looking at the map, we had a long way to go. Very rough and dusty afternoon ahead of us, winding along the track.
We've been driving out here for a fair few hours now, thinking we're not going to see anyone on this track. It's a pretty rough track. Who'd come out here? First thing you know, I see a motorbike rider come, springs up on us. There's 15 of them. They're out here doing a Cape York Ultimate Enduro Tour or something. It looks
Ultimate Cape Escape.
Yeah, Ultimate Cape Escape. It looks like a good time.
There's a couple little fun sections and washouts like that along the track, which, you know, obviously get chewed out in the wet season every year, so as the vehicles come through they sort of have to flatten them out again. There's a little bit of a bonus line flexi section that doesn't look like anyone's been on this year yet, so we're going to give it a little crack, see if we can open it up, see how she goes. Ooh, full concentration there. That was yeah, good, but we got through, we got it done. Give Berto a go now, see how he goes. Bit of superior engineering flexing competition, the Hyperflex versus the 5-link.
Berto was through as well. The next couple of hours was all very similar on the track and not too much to film. This is one of those places that's definitely worth doing once. Great scenery and top end of Australia bush, but won't be keen to come back again. Just very dry, dusty and rough. It takes a full day to do this track, and that's if you're moving pretty quick along it.
It's been a long few hours. What is it, 3:30 now? This track is very draining. It's taking it out of us. It's just the same thing on repeat. Bumpy, rough, rocky, ruddy, just in and out of like little creeks, dry creek beds and that in the road, bashing the hell out of our cars, but we're getting there. It's still not too bad a drive. We've got an actual nice, bigger, wider, open creek crossing here though. A little bit of water to drive through, steep entrance and then a steep exit.
Nice little wet drop in. It's got running water going down it. This will be pretty fun to come back up. Bit slippery, a little bit off cambered. Couple steps in the middle of it.
Just a lonely, lonely man with no heart till you set me free.
Put it in the third, put my foot into it, the smoke blew out the back, the turbo whistled, off we went, straight to the top, just like that. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
It is really beautiful scenery on this track. I'd definitely say it's worth the once-off drive and experience. I'll probably just never do it again. There's so much dust, that is one thing I will say. A lot of the ground is bull dust. It's just like this really fine, like talcum powder sort of thing. And I know when I pull up at camp tonight, it's just going to be through everything. Pulled up a little point of interest on the track here. I think we're about 7-8 k's from the turnoff out to the Nakie River, so I thinking we'll go out and check that as a potential camp spot or something. It's coming up 5 o'clock now. It's been a long day. We're just after that shed and all that homestead area, only a k or two down the road. The track turned really nice, so good news. No more bashing ourselves to death along that, so we're going to head out to the Nakie River mouth for a look now.
No, I turned wrong, left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long, where only fools go.
Found ourselves a little beachfront campsite here. It's getting late in the afternoon, massive day on the track, but good to be out of there and down here and enjoy the beach and sunset. We'll get set up and watch out for saltwater crocs.
There's nothing I can't do. I need to know now, can you love me again? I need to know now.
Well, turns out there is a lot of midges here. Once it was dark last night, it wasn't too bad, but just that hour of last light, they were into us all pretty bad, and I can feel them again this morning. I'm sure they'll disappear as this sun comes up, but just down here on the beach, enjoying this sunrise. That's bloody beautiful. Anyways, we're gonna have some brekkie, enjoy this spot a little bit in the sunshine this morning, pack up. And the plan today is to head over towards Cape Flattery for a drive. Packed up camp and out of that midgie infested swamp coastline that we camped on last night. Enter into this Cape Flattery drive. Nice little rainforest here at the start, a little water crossing.
Across the creek, very dark, can't see the bottom.
And then yeah, we'll be into the drive to the beach out here, which I've never done before, but yeah, sort of make your way through the dunes, and there's quite a few water crossings apparently.
chickenpox, boys.
Yeah.
All these midgy bites. All over us. Legs, arms.
That,
There
mate.
isn't anywhere. We haven't got midgy bites. We had Bushman's on.
Straight her on. Looks like we had bloody chicken pox.
Everywhere, mate. And we still look like we got chickenpox, mate.
A little bit of a deeper one here. There's like 3 or 4 options. I don't really want to walk out through all the swampy water, and I don't know how deep they are, so we're just going to ease it into this one and see what happens. A little bit of depth there, but not too bad. Nice cruisy one.
You never know with these dark tannin coloured waters whether there's going to be crocodiles, no crocodiles, what the deal is.
There is quite a lot of water over the track out to Cape Flattery Beach, but none of it posed any issues. It's a really nice drive through the shrub, and then eventually you start to see the ocean open up out in front of you.
And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly.
For a white guy. He needs some cruel tunes, not just any will suffice. But they didn't have ice cubes, so he bought vanilla ice. Now cruising.
So we've made it down to the beach. We're heading to Cape Flattery. Look at all this rubbish. What do you reckon about it?
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame that it's mixed with timber. The timber side of it looks all right, but the coloured plastic side of it, it could do without that being here.
Yeah, there's a lot of plastic in amongst all that. That obviously it's just an area that washes up from currents of the ocean straight onto this coastline here from all over the world.
I've seen gas bottles, plastic, float nets and buoys and kitty litters and thongs, and there's not much. You could probably, if you need something, you come down here, you can probably find it.
There's probably spare TD parts out there if we need some.
Friends say he's trying too hard, and he's not quite hip. But in his own mind, he's the dopest.
He's got the helmet.
Probably from China or something. How you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a floating buoy from the ocean, mate.
Look, it's Rocco's. It'd be crazy to think where all this rubbish has come from, like probably all over the world, all floated up from various places onto this beach here. We're about halfway along this beach run up to the Cape Flattery head there.
Just overcompensate. At least you know you can always go on regular.
We're heading off the beach now. We do have a big long hill climb up out of here. It's going to be 3rd gear low. The sand is very soft, and we'll hold a little bit of momentum up through here.
All Tyler's into it. Black smoke everywhere.
We're up. We're into it. We're going. I'm up and clear.
I'm clear.
Thanks, mate. So probably didn't pull up at the best spot at the top of the dune. We weren't quite there yet. It's very soft. So I've just put in 1st gear low, both my lockers in, and I'm very, very, very slowly creeping forward. I'm only about 10 meters from the crest of the dune, so I'm hoping I can just do this and make it.
Your lockers in.
Yeah, I just got both lockers in, 1st gear low, and just creeping forward.
Buddy, making it look hard, I tell ya.
Look at that little first gear low, both lockers in. We just crawled it all the way up past. But it's doing the same thing. It's the only way to really do it. If you try and give it power, it just digs a hole and buries itself. So you just got to very slowly, low range crawl it.
So Tyler thought it was a good idea to stop before the end of the hill to get out and film. Now we're all climbing up here slowly. You know, I've got my front locker on. I'm in second low, barely got the wheels spinning. I'm going to slowly climb. Could have been, you know, stopped just over this next crest that you'll see in the camera, but this is it.
That's Birdo up. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. That did it the easiest out of all of us. We're out of that Cape, we're out of that Cape Flattery now. The dunes, the water crossings, the beach run. That was a pretty fun morning out there. We just pulled up at a little creek here. We're having a bite to eat, having some lunch, and then I'll get out the map, maybe try and suss a little bit of a plan. There's that Wacoka track all through there that we followed down yesterday, and then this morning this is where we came out to Cape Flattery, did all that beach run and that track in and out there, and then yeah, I've just pulled up back out here on the main road here for a bit of lunch. So from here I'm thinking we'll head down to Cooktown. We can resupply on fuel and anything we need from the shops, and then we'll probably just follow this coastal run through all the Daintree down in towards Cairns. So I'll film any cool stuff we see along the way. We got 5 minutes down the road after we head up. We didn't even make it anywhere near Cooktown. And I forget the name of this place, so I'll put it up on the screen, but yeah, sick waterfall here where you can swim. So what are we going to do, mate? Jump in?
I'm due for a wash,
Yeah.
so...
Jump in, cool down, because didn't do much swimming in Lakefield, too many crocs.
Too many crocs.
We can swim here.
Let's go, let's get it. Mate, that was majestic. Look, I got, yeah, get some father-son moments, go on.
What's that?
Father-son moments on camera.
Must be something with us and swimming at beautiful spots causes Dad's car to break down straight after. This time, things were even more serious though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, you got no lights on or nothing?
Nah, it could have been the Mac tyres got jammed up under the throttle. It's playing up a bit.
Look at that. Do it again?
Hold it flat. That's airflow dirty.
You know one of these?
We're just coming into Cooktown now, and then coming up a hill, Dad's car just died. But then it came back again, but it's revving, struggling to rev, sounding funny, blowing a lot of smoke. So we're just trying to suss what's going on. So we changed the air filter. It was a little bit dirty. We'll check the map sensor now.
Do you know if we ended up bringing code reader?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, this episode has been a long one. I still have a bunch of footage, and so we'll end it there and save the rest for next time on the final episode of our Cape series. Turns out Dad's patrol has some major mechanical issues, and this was a whole lot worse than we had hoped.
Yeah.